Hi, this is Movie Hunter. Today I'm going to tell you about the 2019 drama The Translators. It all begins with a demonstration of people being brought to a certain place. There they are thoroughly examined and any equipment is taken away from them, as no one should know where they are. A girl takes them to the basement, where it remains to enter a code to open an armored door. Ahead of them await difficult tasks. Translation of some material into all languages of the world at once. A little later they will be shown their rooms. The girl also explains the basic set of rules with a simultaneous tour of the complex. Their journey ends in the library. Each takes a seat in front of their language. They are immediately made aware that the material will not leave the walls of this room, and the Russian friends will help to control the order. But then we are transported to a French prison, where Eric tells someone that book will be published, and he has no way of knowing how he did it. Returning back to the library, Chen discreetly plugs in a flash drive while in his office. Eric looks at a plan of a building with a huge bunker underground. After work, you can eat like in the best restaurant in the world, and, during dinner, Alex is joked about him always sleeping, but he just says that this is his methodology. And then everyone starts discussing the book, while fantasizing. What will it be next? On the new day, work is in full swing, as usual, and Catherine, clearly too much, piles into the book, but they are interrupted by Eric to ask Robert to remove all mention of the work from Twitter. Catherine goes upstairs with him, eager to see Eric's office, where she picks up the right code and opens a purse containing the future third volume of the book called The Man Who Didn't Want to Die, but closes it all in time, forgetting one Paul. This prompts her to pretend to stoop to the purse and surreptitiously close it. France. Eric arrives at the bookstore, where he meets his teacher, George, who has added the latest changes to the third chapter of his book. Catherine decides to dive to the bottom of the pool, but she is spotted by Alex in time, which she does not particularly like because it was her method of total immersion in the book, adding that Eric does not understand the essence of the trilogy, which is why he will regret it. Eric tells someone that he has always been good to him and will give him one last chance. You just have to say what he needs to say. Let's move back to the bunker, where many of them are bowling and Eric is munching on black caviar sandwiches. He also receives messages about the book, shocking him, instantly sending guards to the translators, starting a general gathering over the 100-page leak, and now there is only one thing left to do: find the person responsible for the leak. This amuses Kenderson, causing him to get beaten up, and then a gun is pointed at them. Instantly a search begins, finding Helen with the hidden pages. She explains that it's her own novel, not Deadless. Eric only tries to instill the idea that she is talentless by burning her book, destroying 8 years of work in the process. The translators try to figure out who the liar among them is, and they get the idea that someone was able to sneak the phone and disassembled, as in a cast. Dima instantly bends her arm, checking the cast, saying that there is nothing there. A little later, Katerina declares that Alex has been lying all along. He is not an interpreter. London. Eric comes to the department where Alex is being held. He merely asks to be hired officially, in parallel offering to guess the first sentence of a new paragraph, which piques Eric's interest. Alex instantly picks up a pen and passes on the guess, surprising Eric with it. However, because of the day, Eric thinks he is a spy. Then Katerina declares that she knows where Tom is kept, as well as the code to the briefcase. Eric, however, sends an employee to London to gather all the information about Alex. So she breaks into his apartment, where there is nothing, but she recalls that one day 3 interpreters came up from the bunker. This prompts him to order everyone to take off their outerwear, asking them to send him a message. He is shocked by the notification on his phone, and while he reads it, the interpreters get dressed again. Eric immediately starts blaming Katerina in every way possible, allowing the guy to attack her. A scuffle ensues, and once everyone has calmed down, he swears that he will make Katerina tell the truth. By then, the entire complex has had its water and heating turned off, and now the lights are out. Well, Eric begs for a chance. That's how we find out who he's been talking to all along, because he's the one in jail now, not Alex. Eric swears it was self-defense, but Alex just asks to see Oscar. We are transported to George, who is Oscar, at which he informs us that he will not cooperate with Eric. The book will go to others. But in the bunker, Dario arms himself with a knife and goes somewhere. While Katerina guesses that Alex is the hacker, he only asks her not to panic, and then she can meet Oscar. We are transported to the prison. Alex says that his mistake was excessive surveillance of the bunker, as well as Eric's incredible punctuality. A week before the bunker, he managed to switch the briefcase, the contents of which were completely scanned, but he was not working alone, but with other translators, whom he managed to pull to his side. Also, that very day, Javier and broke his arm. Just as the repeated switching of the briefcase took place, Eric tries to find out who his accomplice was because of the fact that he has a microphone hidden under his shirt, and he is being followed, right now, by the police. Do you like the movie script? I'm sure it's very interesting to you, and to learn about cool movies, subscribe to our channel. Give it a like and turn on the bell. On that day, The volume was fully printed. The group decides to start reading the book out loud. All along, they knew exactly what lay ahead of them. A stranger among strangers. The plaster antics were also there to boost the confidence of those around them. But one night Dario discovers a self-destructive Helen. Eric is well aware that he is the reason she is eliminated and only orders her not to leave. Rosemary tells him that there was nothing in Alex's apartment for personal hygiene. It's clearly not a primary residence. An hour later, Xavier whispers that he knows about them, because a pen fell out of his briefcase the day he fell, and then he begins to freak out. This leads Chen to ask the question, "Are you a hacker?" But they are interrupted by Eric pulling a gun. Alex instantly declares that all the emails were sent automatically, for which he gets beaten up. The group starts speaking in a language he doesn't know, which causes him to fire a shot right at Katerina. Alex tries to say that until the money arrives, there will be automatic posting, but seeing Eric's attitude, he does tell her where the server is, but Rosemary was there expecting not only a computer, but also pictures of Eric yelling at her. It helps her to realize that Eric doesn't appreciate her at all, and she refuses to work any further. Eric instantly orders her to sell his stock and send the right amount of money. But during this time, Katerina has already stopped showing signs of life. True, and that is not all. Alex's goal was far from the money, but the complete destruction of Eric, for which he makes another shot. The guard instantly points a gun at him, not yet realizing that Alex was saved by his favorite book. A couple of days later Alex visits Katerina, who, after all, managed to survive. Eric, on the other hand, wonders where his 85 million euros are, as well as his desire to realize how he guessed the offers at the first meeting without having a manuscript. Alex closes the microphone to declare that he wrote the book. Even as a child, he used to visit Georgie's store, helping to arrange the books. Years later, Georgie says that he read Deadless, and he loved it madly. His techniques are impeccable. All Alex asks is that if he wants to publish it, he should take the writer's laurels. That's the day they came up with the pseudonym, Oscar. Eric can't believe it. Alex only interrupts him, adding that the briefcase swap story was made up. He always had the original. This show was for other interpreters. The finale will be very simple. The police come across a mad Eric who has locked people in a bunker and embezzled 80 million euros. He then takes his hand off the microphone, and then Eric confesses in the heat of emotion that it was he who eliminated Georgie with his own hands and later burned down the store. That's exactly what Alex wanted to hear. And this video is almost over. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss interesting movies and watch our other videos. Have a great day.